Overaa recently completed the Sutter Alta Medical Center parking structure in Oakland, California. This $30 million, 7-level, 1,067 stall parking structure was delivered using the Integrated Project Delivery concept. IPD is a unique project delivery system. The owner, architect, and contractor put all their cards on the table and share in the risk and reward.
We had a very aggressive schedule, and as always, the city delayed in the release, but we tried as hard as we could to keep the end date the same. So you end up doing a lot of the soft time at the front, and it always crushes the hard construction timelines.
We had bad dirt, we had contamination, we had underground fuel tanks, we had the abandoned roadway that wasn't really abandoned, we had heavy seasonal rains. We had all of these issues, yet still we completed the foundation on schedule.
Schedule went pretty well. We had a rough year because of the weather, but beyond that, we poured this thing out in 7.5 months, foundation to the topping out of this thing, 25,000 yards of concrete.
Dennis obviously can build anything out of concrete anywhere, and he's really good at that.
I think the superintendent and the project engineer, Dennis and Ryan, both work well together. They were both very responsive. They obviously know how to do this job.
I think overall it was very successful in this project in terms of putting the right team on the project early and carrying through those team members throughout the project.
And we were able to save some serious money. When we first signed the contract, I believe we were approximately $180,000 in the red, and there was probably about $800,000 of IPD contingency, and I believe when it was all over there was around 450, possibly close to 500 of contingency still left. So they did quite well because the owner also had some major change orders in there in the interim.
One of our goals going into the project was to preserve the IPD contingency. The team didn't want to spend that money. It was the golden nugget, the carrot that was at the end of everybody's stick. Not only did we save that initial contingency, the team went above and beyond. We made design refinements, we continued utilizing all the best practices for generating savings on the project, and never stopped learning together how to build a better and more efficient building. As a result, we were able to save over $700,000 in pure construction costs. This made up not only for the initial underfunding the project had day one, provided huge additional savings. In fact, combined with the remaining contingency, we wound up returning over $1 million back to the project. And with that money, Sutter was able to add many upgrades and features to the project. They had no funding for those items. They were able to add scope to the project because of the IPD process. It was a very powerful tool.
The one thing that IPD, the Integrated Project Delivery, the model that we search for, is not so much a lower cost product, but a more predictable product. So as we validate the scope, define exactly what the terms of satisfaction are, the one thing that Overaa did very well was to take those terms of satisfaction as in how many spaces, when we'll deliver it, what it'll look like, and they did very well at doing all of those things and delivering the product that we have in front of us.